Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about this Lethal Gaming Gear X Pulsar Hyperion mousepad. I've been using this mousepad for like just under 2 weeks and I've been enjoying it so far, so I just wanted to make a little video on it. I just want to get into the size options and stuff first. First off, we have 490 by 420, 500 x 500, which is this size, and then 1000 x 500, which is a desk pad size. This pad will come flat packed except for the desk pad size, so you will get it nice and flat instead of a little scuffed like some other pads come. In terms of the softness, firmness, this is the firm configuration, but you can also get it in soft and X soft. I don't think the desk pad size comes in firm as of now. Also, I will say the soft and X soft, the softer you go, the slower the pad might get. My configuration, again, right now is 500 x 500 and is firm. So this pad is a collab between Lethal Gaming Gear and Pulsar to make a nice premium pad. I think they might have been going for a artisan alternative, I'm not sure, but I think it was mission accomplished to make a nice premium pad. And let's just go into it and talk about it. So I want to start with the base. The base is, I think, the weak point of this mouse pad. It's this polyester fabric type thing, and it's just not a good base. Like, as you can see, I can move it pretty easily. Again, for me, while I'm gaming, it doesn't really move too much because I like put it on the edge of my desk and rest my arm on it with a little bit of pressure. But for some people that move their arm a lot and aren't necessarily putting in a lot of pressure, it could move quite a bit. So it's just something I want to have you keep in mind. Lethal Gaming Gear did say they're working on improving the base for the firm version, but I really think that's something they should have done before they released it. But again, for me, it's not a big deal. In terms of stitching, I don't really feel the stitching while gaming. It's meant to be low profile stitching, and it's just pretty good quality. There's not much to talk about it. It's just good stitching. In terms of feel on the arm, this feels very smooth. The pad doesn't feel abrasive, at least for me, at all. Like for you, it could be, but this pad just feels relatively smooth compared to pretty much every other cloth pad I've tried. And just my mouse, whatever skates I'm using, just feels really smooth going on it. In terms of the speed, so this is in between a Neptune and a Saturn. I'd consider this just like a more premium version of the Saturn with a slightly better base and a slightly faster but smoother surface, but with a little less control. I just think this leans more closer to the Saturn than the Neptune. In terms of skates, you can pretty much tailor this pad's feel down to the skates you're using, like these Unusual Way Silver Fox skates. Give still some decent speed, but have a decent amount of stopping power, which gives a much more controlled experience, while these Opal speed skates just give a ton of speed. Again, we also have some X-ray pad skates that also give plenty of speed, so you can really use this as a speed pad depending on the skates you're using, or even a slightly controlled pad. This is marketed as controlled, but I think it's just because of these softer and X softer versions are probably a bit more controlled. But I'd say this firm version is relatively fast, even if you're using control skates. So, but you don't have to take it from me, but I'd say this is a more faster experience, just not the fastest. In terms of it getting dirty, it doesn't really stain too easily. Like, I definitely see a little bit of stain, but I do think like pads like the Saturn and other black pads do stain more easily. But this pad does still pick up a ton of dust, which you can see here. You could just wipe it off with your hand, but I haven't really noticed the dust really affecting my glider tracking. So again, it's not too big of a deal. In terms of pricing, it starts at $50 and then 55 for this size and 100 for the desk pad. I would not recommend going for a desk pad for $100. Just get a Saturn desk pad or something. I don't think it's worth it for $100. Or just get one of these and get a $20 desk pad and put it on top. I really just don't think $100 for a desk pad is worth it. But in terms of, is this worth it at $50 and $55? So I would say yes. I can't really compare this to other pads in this price point because my most expensive other cloth pad is like $37 before shipping. I don't have much to compare to this. I don't have any artisans or Crowsun pads, but what I will say, for me, this is the most premium cloth pad I've ever used and the best experience I've had on a cloth pad. So if you haven't used any of those pads either and you don't know what to buy, I can definitely recommend this. I think this is a great pad for someone who just wants to buy a nice premium cloth pad and not have to think about it for a while. And if that's you, I think you should buy this. I think this is a really good offering. This does come in blue as well. One thing I forgot to mention though is it does for the first few days on the firm version. If you press your arm down a little bit, your arm might like hurt a little bit, but I did get used to that for the after like 2-3 days. I just wanted to leave that out there. But again, this is just a solid offering, a nice premium pad that if you're in the market for looking for, I can recommend this one. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.